Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Grow and Clip Bonsai for Seniors. I got another video this evening. I know I did one this morning, but I just got a bougainvillea that arrived. It's supposed to be orange, and I'm going to tell you about Dr. Elaine Ingham. Today it's the evening of 8/23/21. It's about 8:30 at night, and it's about 85 degrees Fahrenheit or 29 degrees Celsius. Now, a lot of you want to know about why I use beneficial bacteria and everything. Well, I watched Dr. Elaine Ingham, and she's got a very good videos on soil. She's a soil scientist with a degree in microbiology. Her videos include building soil health for healthy plants and messages from nature that life is lacking in soil of 2018. I mean, if you got time, check her out. Her lectures are very good. They're about an hour and a half long, somewhere around an hour and 10 minutes. But if you really want to learn why I use beneficial bacteria, watch her. She's very good, and she explains it on your level, not something that goes over our heads. So check her out. She's really good. So today I got my bougainvillea in the mail. I think I paid like $6 for it, so I ordered two. So they put two in one pot, and there's no name on it, but it's supposed, according to the what I sent it for, it's orange. I put an O on there for orange. So let's take it out of the pot because I watered it real good, and let's see what it looks like. What I'm going to do is, I don't have a lot of soil with me because I didn't order, I haven't had a chance to go to the store. So today for my bougainvillea, I'm going to use a free draining soil. What I put in 1 part worm castings plus 1 part peat moss plus 2 parts coarse sand and 1 part sifted perlite. I'm going to use Mycos and Azus, the beneficial bacteria, to dust the roots when we plant them. So right now we're just going to take the soil off gently because, as you can see, they're still in their starter pots. See that? So let's see. There, I broke it open, and you can see that if we pull the soil apart, the roots have not begun to grow into the soil much, just a little bit. So we're not going to do much. I'm not going to cut it. I'm not going to do nothing. I'm just going to easily take some of this excess soil off, like that. I'm just going to dip them in the water a little bit so I can expose some of the roots. I don't know if you can see the water. Let me take it back. There we go. I'm just going to dunk it in water and just tease the roots with the chopstick. And I'm going to put it in a bigger pot so it can grow out of this starter pellet that they put it in. And you can see the roots are starting to grow. I'm going to do the same to this one. So they've just rooted, and they put them in pots so people can grow them. But there you go. You can see how it's all encased in the cube that they put it in. So let me get this water out of the way. There we go. Let's take one and put it on the side. So I'm going to put them just in some old starter pots that I have. I got some napkins in the bottom because the holes are big, instead of putting screen in there, because we're going to take them out later after they start growing and developing. So this way here, if the roots grow into anything, they'll grow into the paper towels, and that'll keep them from getting all tangled in mesh. Just for now, because we just want these to start growing. They're young plants, but for $6 each, not bad. Not bad at all. Okay. Here is the soil. That's how it's mixed, how it looks. So I'm just going to put some in. And then I'm going to take this and just see about the depth out there. But before we do anything, I got my bottle of water. I'm going to wet it so the roots know there's something down there. It gives them a good chance because the soil's wet now. That the soil's in, I can push it down to see exactly how deep I am. I'm just a little bit too deep, so I'm going to add just a little bit more. Put it in. And there we go, we're about there, so that should be good. So now to give this plant a start, let me wet my hands so we don't get beneficial bacteria all contaminated. So I'm going to take some azus. Now azus comes, when you buy the package, it comes with a nice little measuring spoon to help you measure what you're doing. So all I'm going to do is take about that much azus and just tap it all over the root system, because we want this beneficial bacteria to help these young roots to get established. Now bougainvillea like a nice well-draining soil, so that's why I'm using the free draining one. And it's got some good worm castings in there. Now I'm going to take our Micos beneficial bacteria. Now it's about a little, this is like a tablespoon. So I'm just going to put that also all over the root system. Now remember, it's not a fertilizer. It's beneficial bacteria. It's not going to burn the roots. Stick it all in the bottom there. Mix it up into the soil a little bit, so we got it. There we go. Let me close our bag on this one. It's supposed to have orange flowers, so we'll check it out and we'll see how it grows. I got one for me and one for my neighbor because my neighbor always wanted a bougainvillea, so I'm going to give him one of mine, one of these. It's good to share. There we go. Put it in the middle of the turntable so we can straighten it out, get it towards the middle more. Like that. Now we just want these roots to grow. We want this plant to grow. Firm it in. I'm going to take our bamboo skewer and we're just going to work it into the roots, get some of the air pockets out. There we go. Push it in. Let's give it some water. Let's get my other water jug here. There we go. Let's get some more of our soil, put it in. Now, let me get a spoon because that's not going to work. Just put it in. We'll keep the soil even with the planting depth that it's in the plug. We don't want it too deep. It's better a little above or a little below. I mean, not a little below, but a little above or even. There we go. Now let's give it some more water. Okay, we got one down and one to go. Okay, so let's let this drain a little bit. I'll put this in my bucket here so it's on a, it'll drain nice. Now let's get our other pot. We'll put our soil in the same way. I got the paper napkin in there. Now paper towels are good because they'll dissolve, so you don't have to worry. There we go. And for our purpose, we need it just so it keeps the plant alive until spring, so it doesn't decay the paper towel. So it should hold up pretty good. There we go. Put some water in. Let's see our planting depth. There we go. We can add just a little more. See, with these plugs, I don't want to pull it out apart because the roots are still young. When the roots are young, they're a little bit more brittle. Let me take this and get a little more water. Put that down a little bit. Okay, let's see if we can get that in. Right about there. That should be about the middle of the pot. Let's get our soil and let's put it in. Oh, before we do that, what did we forget? Don't be in a hurry, Tom. I'm in a hurry because this video, I don't know if it's going to last, because it wasn't able to delete the other one. So let's see if we can get it. Let's get our azus, and we got to hit the root system. Hit our root system really, really good because we want this beneficial bacteria to help these roots out. Okay, so we got our azus there. Let's seal our bag so no moisture gets in. Now we're going to take our mikus and do the same thing. That's how much we got in our mikus, and we're going to dab it all over the root system. Just like that. Get it into the bottom of the pot, the whole thing. We're going to take our skewer, our bamboo chopstick. There we go. Stick it in so we got it nice and even. Get all our beneficial bacteria onto our plant. Now all we're going to do, now we're going to fill it in. Our turntable. Get this out of the way so our turntable can spin. And just put our soil in. Our free draining soil. Now over a while those plugs should deteriorate. So then later on we can work on the roots later. But right now this thing has to grow. Let's get it in. Let's get our bamboo skewer and just try to get it into the new root system there. In and around the plug. There's an air pocket there. Get that out. Get that all in. Let's water it in there to get the air pockets out. There we go. I can see it bubbling. Okay. Now let's get a little more of our soil mixture in. Remember, even or a little bit above right now. Let's see how that works out. We're not going to do no cutting. We want this plant to start growing for us. But right now, this beneficial bacteria is going to prevent the stress because we don't know how long it was in the mail and travel. So when it's in the mail, it's under stress. Planting's under stress. It's hot outside. I'm not going to put it out in the yard right now. I want to do it, leave it in the basement for now until tomorrow morning. Then I'll find a nice shady spot until it starts getting its roots together. We'll keep it in the shade for about a week. See, I got it even with the base, with the plug. That's the way you want it. Then later on I'll make a nice label for it. And put some rocks on it so the night terror don't attack it. So there we go. Let's see about this one. After it drains, it's a little soil sunk in a little bit, so we're going to put just a little bit more around it. You can see how it just sunk where the plug is just starting to show above, so we don't want to do that. There we go. At least we got a nice lip on the pot on this one. Soil sunk on it. There. And let's see this one here. There we go. Sometimes you look online and you can find stuff. Just search for bougainvilleas and there's different places. You can see what you can find. And this place looked like it sent out a nice plant, nice rooting, nice everything. There we go. Let me see if the name on the back, so where they sent it from, it's called WE-R-Inspired from Miami, Florida. So they put out a good bougainvillea. There. They look nice. This is a little tattered here, but we're not going to cut it yet because it's getting a new leaf. I don't know how this one's going to be. It looks like it's a little ragtagged and everything else, so I'm going to dip and clip that big piece off. And I don't want to dip and clip, remember, and we're just going to cut it off right about here. Taking that much off. On this one, I don't know if you can see it, because there's one dead piece there. And then we're going to take our midnight blue lipstick and just dab that cut so nothing gets in there, because it's they said it's supposed to rain tomorrow. Whether it does or not, I have no idea. But I want to keep this sealed so nothing gets in there and rots it. There we go. Get that good in there. Let that dry real good, and I think now that piece is good. We just had that one bad piece on here, but other than that, this plant is really, really nice. Get our lipstick on there real good. And this midnight blue is pretty good. So it's almost like a black paste. That's why I use a lipstick. It's a natural wax. There we go. I got a little hole there, so I got to put more lipstick in there. Sometimes it's a little wet from cutting. So all I'm going to do is take the flat end of my bamboo skewer, or chopstick I mean, and just pull the lipstick out, and then we're going to just put it on there, push it in firm, cover it good. There we go. Now we got good connection with it. There. Nice. We'll wipe off the lipstick. It's cheaper than buying that paste. That paste is a lot of money. Lipstick's cheap. I think my sister and my niece got me lipstick. They were like 50 cents at the garage sale. People didn't want to use them, so why not? You find it, grab it. So there we go. There's our bougainvilleas. I'm going to let them grow and see what happens. I'm going to give my neighbor his after I let it sit a week. And don't forget to, if you want to learn about beneficial bacteria, watch Dr. Elaine Ingham. She's very, very good. Very good talker, and she explains it on your level. She explains it for farmers, but it's basically the same thing that you use for potting and everything. I mean, she is excellent in her field, excellent in what she does. So let me just give this a little bit water on the top because it's a little dry there. There it goes, sunk right in. And we're done. So don't be afraid if you find bougainvillea online. Give it a try for $6. You can't go wrong. I don't care about the color. It's a bougainvillea, and orange is not a bad color. So don't forget to watch Dr. Elaine Ingham on some of her lectures. Very good lectures. You'll learn a lot about beneficial bacteria in your soil. So don't forget, today is still Monday night. It's comedy night. Don't forget, you got Fibber McGee and Molly, Milton Berle, the Bickersons, Duffy's Tavern, Life O'Reilly, Jack Benny, George Burns and Gracie Allen, Abbott and Costello. That's another one. I knew I forgot somebody. So sit down with a hot cup of tea, relax. If you want to enjoy a good lecture, listen to Dr. Elaine tonight. I'm going to finish watching the rest of her lecture I got going on, and I'll put on some old-time radio. When I sit down, I have a nice hot cup of tea, sit down, relax, and watch both of Dr. Elaine, and then just put on some old comedies and listen to them for a while. So you take care. It's a hot, muggy night. They're going to stay in the basement till the morning. So you take care, everybody, and thank you for coming to Grow and Clip Bonsai for Senior. I know it was 2 videos in one night, but I had to do it with when these arrived so you could see how I potted them, and I wanted to tell you about Dr. Elaine. So you take care, everybody, and have a nice night. And don't forget that hot cup of tea and a good comedy. Take care, everybody.